Number 6, Solon Mijas. From Bethpage, number 1, Tyler Spark. From Friends Academy, number 30, Tyler Henry. These are your 2019-2020 New York Islanders High School Hockey League Varsity All-Stars. Now, can you all stand and remove your caps for the national anthem? Thank you.
Did you have to play through the mic too?
What?
We should have played it through the mic. That was stupid. Whatever.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that?
What's that? All right, just forget it. Don't worry about it. But it's done. It's over. Game starts.
Let's go.
Let's get announced.
Are we on?
You're on. You're live. You're live.
Hello, everyone. I'm Charlie Benami here with my good friend Casey Farr, and we welcome you to the New York Islanders High School Hockey League All-Star Game. We've got the Western All-Stars taking on the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars. Now with what he's watching for, Casey Farr.
Thank you, Charlie. You know, it's always great to go and watch the All-Star Game. Top talent around the league coming here for one special night. Obviously, you got to look for all the scoring that's going to happen because we both know All-Star games, defense can tend to get a little lackadaisical.
A little bit of optional defense.
Exactly. Everyone just wants to score, and that's great considering this is a great show for the fans.
I mean, if I've watched the players in this league, and if you have too, I think we know, though, these guys definitely want to win.
100%. You know, both teams, rather, they're going to be trying to go out there for the win, even though it doesn't mean anything for the standings. You never want to lose, and I'm sure with the talent out here, it's going to be a hard-fought game.
So we're off, up to the point for the Western All-Stars crowd. Trying to work it off was Kaczynski. Up ahead is Riley Van Son. Van Son back out to the point. Van Son looking for the pass, couldn't get it. Another quick opportunity for the Oyster Bay All-Stars. Out in front, no good for Oyster Bay. And taking it back for Oyster Bay was Eric Kaczynski. Kaczynski going the other way. He'll take a shot on net. Save.
Great job by the Oyster Bay All-Stars so far. Keeping it pretty lackadaisical, not trying to do too much. And as you just saw, Kaczynski tried to go up the ice, got the shot, didn't get it in.
And we will have a quick stoppage. We've got some really, really solid goaltenders. Obviously, everybody's solid here. It's the All-Star game. But just to point out our goaltending, we've got Kieran Byrne for Western, and we've got Tyler Henry for for Tyler Henry from Friends Academy for Town of Oyster Bay.
Obviously, two talented goaltenders. They wouldn't be here if they weren't. So it's going to be interesting to see with all the star power on the ice what will get past the two goaltenders.
Great pass, and trying to finish it was number 4, Connor Hetherington. Hetherington wanting it. Looking to pass up to the point. He won't. Instead, it'll be Kaczynski ending up with it. Now back to Hetherington. Hetherington, a beautiful move. The shot. Oh, and it was just off for the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars.
In that last few sequences of offense there by Oyster Bay, it was actually defenders by the Western All-Stars, Quinn Daniels and Nicholas Mignoni, who were able to make sure that no scores were up on the board.
A great opportunity for the Western team, but a nice save by Henry. Here comes Dylan Ruthrig, who we saw last night. He loses it, and it's controlled by the Western All-Stars for a second. Instead, it's Town of Oyster Bay cooping it. Passed behind the net. And it's controlled on the point by the Town of Oyster Bay.
Nothing too aggressive so far. Both teams just trying to figure out a way to get it in the offensive zone, but not trying to force a penalty or anything like that early on.
Ruthrig. And that was some nice defense for the Town of Oyster Bay. Pass to the point. Shot opportunity for for Sean Familaro. Coming the other way is Town of Oyster Bay. The shot, nothing there for Brian Hanley. He's the league's leading scorer.
Yeah, great job by the Western All-Star, Sean Familaro.
Ruthrig takes the shot, and that was a wonderful save by Henry.
On the play before that, though, Familaro able to get in front of what you had said, the league's leading scorer, making sure that he couldn't get a one-on-one opportunity. He tried to just stick it in there. Luckily, nothing came out of it for the Western All-Stars.
You think Ruthrig's in a good mood after that game-winning shot last night?
Well, I would be if I had a game-winning shot. We both know, Charlie, that he was a crucial part in Long Beach's win that we covered against Belmore Merrick last night in what was a very important game.
Town of Oyster Bay clears, no icing. Trying to control it for Town of Oyster Bay, and doing so successfully. Going back towards the net. Getting it for Town of Oyster Bay was Salone Mijas. Nice move by Mijas. He's stopped. Mijas can't find anybody. Looking to pass to Sam Gita from Port Washington.
And before Mijas did end up giving the puck off, it seemed like he was on a mission to, if he couldn't find anyone that he could pass to try to get it in there. You saw him with the puck for a solid 10 seconds.
He's a scorer indeed. Coming the other way for the Western All-Stars, it's Finn Toddy. Toddy back out to the point. And it's a wild shot by Quinn Daniels. Liam McDonald has it taken away. And it's passed back behind the net. Controlled on the point for Town of Oyster Bay, and it will be covered by Kieran Byrne.
For both teams so far, nothing really aggressive throughout the first 5 minutes of play here. Both teams trying to set the narrative. I wouldn't necessarily say trying to get momentum towards later pushes, but right now they're just trying to have fun out there. It's the All-Star game.
They're also feeling each other out from a standpoint. I mean, obviously the intensity might be down a little bit, but I think both teams have come to play, and both teams have been pretty active early.
Of course, Charlie, you never want to have a low intensity, but it's an all-star game. You want to have fun out there. It's not always about winning. It's about bonding with your teammates, trying to improve your game possibly by having what some would call a scrimmage, considering it doesn't count. But it's still the All-Star game. You want to prove that you deserve to be out there.
Yes, 100%. Kaczynski, the pass, looking for Dan Van Laer. Riley Van Son. That was a nice shot. Stuck in the corner. An opportunity. Nothing there. Kaczynski trying to chase it. He'll dig it out. Nice pass. Looking for anything. Oh, that was so close. A great opportunity for James Jensen.
Yeah, Jensen and Kaczynski, they both had opportunities on these last few plays. Both of them had open lanes to the net, which seemed interesting that they would want to take the shot instead of trying to move the puck around, maybe trying to see if they can get close or even get a better shot.
James Jensen leads the leagues in assists. He's a very unselfish player. He's 18 assists this year, 32 points overall. Flocking to it for the Western All-Stars was Quinn Daniels.
And Charlie, I just want to go back to how you mentioned Jensen's assists. Of course, you're going to have a large number like 18 when you have guys like Brennan Dixon and Brian Hanley, both of them in this game, who have 32 combined goals.
Pass out to the point. Oh, looking for the one-timer was Tommy Sylvia. He couldn't convert. Coming the other way was Riley Van Son. Van Son loses it to Sylvia. Sylvia up the boards to Rutherig. Rutherig trying to do something with it. He's being pressed by Jacob Wiener. Rutherig chasing it, but it is momentarily cleared by the Western All-Stars. Western Nassau, that is. Pass out. Western trying to string something together. A nice move by Johnny McMahon. Can't finish, though. Coming the other way is the Town of Oyster Bay. No good on that one. Tried to get it into the lane. Couldn't. And that's some fast skating for the Western All-Stars. Can't quite convert. Passed out. Trying to pass out to the point. Unsuccessful. Rutherig almost had it. He had it taken away, though.
A lot of back and forth offense. It's mainly been one or two guys rushing down the ice, taking a quick shot, and then going back in the other direction.
Exactly. Played along the boards. Ending up with it was the Western All-Stars. And now Town of Oyster Bay has an opportunity. Looking for the shot. Oh, what a save. That was beautiful by Kieran Byrne, who only gives up 1.5 goals against per game. One-time opportunity, and another save by Byrne. He's showing out early, and that shot was pretty good. Salone Mijas, he can certainly shoot.
Yeah, he just got the quick pass. You mentioned he tried to get the slap in there. Didn't get it in. There was an open lane, though, and there was that entire side of the ice was just wide open. He could have moved around, looked for a better shot. Although he ended up connecting with the goalie over there, but it just didn't get past him.
Yep, maybe looking for some style points, which we'll allow in the All-Star game.
Like I've said, you just want to go out there, you want to prove you're one of the best in the league.
Rutherig doesn't seem too interested in playing soft. That was a great example of using his body. He's a big guy, and he was using it to his full advantage there.
Yep.
Opportunity now for Brian Hanley. Hanley, the shot, no good. The rebound, no good. Kieran Byrne has been really close to giving one up, but he's done a great job keeping it under control. Up out to Salone Mijas. And it will be a play stoppage. We've got 5:30 left in the period. Casey, you expect this to be high scoring. Where's the goals at, man?
I don't know. Usually, you figure other All-Star games, defense isn't as much of a pressing topic. It's more about just trying to go out, put some style points on the board.
Get some team chemistry with your teammates.
Exactly, but hey, the goalies are all-stars too. We got
These goalies don't want to give up 10 goals tonight.
Exactly.
I can tell you that much.
Tyler Henry out there, Kieran Byrne out there. They both want to make sure that they are stellar for their teams, and so far they've given up nothing.
For Town of Oyster Bay, it's Dan Van Laer controlling. Getting back with it was Brian Hanley. Hanley lays it off. That was a beautiful pass. And the shot is saved. Again by Kieran Byrne. Look at him.
Yeah, the shot by Nicholas de Bisglia, and he had a wide open opportunity over there. Ended up trying to make a move though, but he just let it shoot. It was the right shot in my opinion. I don't think he could have gotten a better shot, but then again, he just shot it right into Kieran Byrne, who we saw last night. He's been a great goalie so far this season.
The Western Nassau All-Stars trying to get it out. Some speedy skating by John King. John King, who plays for the Kings. That one's covered by Henry, and we'll have a face-off in the Western All-Star zone.
Not a whole lot of passing we've seen so far. Most of it, although it's completely understandable. You figure a guy from Bethpage doesn't know a guy from Friends Academy all that well. You don't want to pass to someone who you don't know. Understandable why we've seen a bunch of lone shots, a lot of unassisted shots so far.
Everybody's trying to get theirs tonight.
Exactly, Charlie.
Working it behind is the Western All-Star team, controlled by Town of Oyster Bay. Looking to pass to the point. Instead, keeping it is Dom DeSena. DeSena passes it along the boards. Cooping it is Johnny McMahon. McMahon can't hit. Nice, decent passing, but it's taken away. Here we go. One-on-one opportunity. The shot. Byrne with the save. Looking for the rebound was Liam McDonald. He couldn't finish, but that was exciting. Is Johnny McMahon. McMahon can't hit. Nice, decent passing, but it's taken away. Here we go. One-on-one opportunity. The shot. Byrne with the save. Looking for the rebound.
Gotta say, Kieran Byrne's been showing out in goal tonight.
That was a miss. Maybe the lack of communication and time together apparent there, as it missed the stick of one of the Oyster Bay players. Losing the zone is the Western All-Stars. Trying to convert on that is Eric Kaczynski.
That's a few arid passes by Western All-Stars so far. Hasn't cost them anything of yet, but Town of Oyster Bay has certainly had their opportunities.
Sean Dalton working with it. Has it taken away. Getting it back was Johnny McMahon. McMahon skating with it for a while, looking for the pass, almost loses it, gets it back for himself. That was a really nice move. The backhand. Oh, wow. We were close. McMahon set up one of his teammates beautifully, but they just couldn't get the finish. The timing was just a bit off.
Yeah, DeSena was just waiting for the perfect pass. He almost
was Johnny McMahon. McMahon skating with it for a while, looking for the pass, almost loses it, gets it back for himself. That was a really nice move. The backhand. Oh, wow. Pass, he can shoot. He's a great player.
Yeah, he's the second leading scorer on his team. And obviously that says something for a team that's currently fourth in the standings of Belmar Merrick.
Yep. Pass in front. Misses. Trying to get it is Liam Sargent. Sargent. Working behind the net. He'll swing it. Can't get it, but he'll end up with it for himself again. Sargent. Nice pass. Looking for the one-timer, and it is... And we've got a goal.
I think they were just looking to see when or
net. He'll swing it. Can't get it, but he'll end up with it for himself again. Sargent. Nice pass. Looking for the one-timer, and it is... And we've got a goal.
I think they were...
Barto, a team captain for an undefeated Long Beach team, who scored the goal. Rutherig, another member of the Long Beach team, turns it over. Helping in that turnover was Henry Statfeld from Friends Academy. Statfeld asking for it, but trying to make the fancy move and somewhat succeeding was Connor Hetherington.
Yeah, Hetherington was trying to put on a show there. You saw him trying to go around one of the defenders, and if he'd just been able to skate a little faster, he may have had an open shot on the goal.
Counterattack for Town of Oyster Bay. The shot on net, no good by Connor Hetherington. Western All-Stars trying to work it into their zone. It's lost by Nicholas Mangone. He tried to lay it off to Rutherig, but the timing just wasn't there.
A lot of not aggressive defense so far. Hasn't been anybody closing out, but hey, it's not like it's a playoff game. It's the All-Star game. We just want to see who's got the best of the best talent out here. And so far, Charlie, 1-0. The Western All-Stars tends to tell them that they do right now.
That shot was just a bit off. And this will give a great opportunity for Johnny McMahon. He couldn't catch it, though, before the icing.
Yeah, he was close to putting a stick on it right when it passed him. And although that still would have possibly generated an icing, it depends on where the refs would have seen him. But he would have gotten to that puck first. He could have possibly set up his team for something. Fortunately, though, for the Western All-Stars, it is considered an icing.
DeBasciglia was looking for it, but he just couldn't get it. Trying to corral it was the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars. Some nice moves. Dylan Denave with it behind the net along the boards. He passes it. Dominic Sapachetti wants it. And it's worked along the boards again. This time it'll lead to a good opportunity if that pass was completed. It wasn't. Western All-Stars were looking at Connor Holfester, but the pass was a little errant. They couldn't hit his stick, and we'll have an icing face-off in the Western All-Star zone.
Yeah, there wasn't really a true defender near Holfester, as you had mentioned when the errant pass. So if he was able to get that, he's already got 10 goals this season for Garden City. Could have possibly made it a 2-0 game here in this All-Star game.
Speaking of making it a 2-0 game, trying to do that is the Western All-Stars. Looking for the shot opportunity. Nice save by Tyler Henry. He's a really talented goalie. Henry giving up 3.35 goals per game. Goals against average is that. And he's been really impressive this year. He's been a bright spot for a Friends Academy team that sits firmly in the middle of the standings.
Yeah, some might say that just about over 3 goals a game would be not necessarily the greatest thing, but in a league like this where offense is so prominent, that's a pretty good number to have if you're a starting goalie.
DeBasciglia passed it up. It was taken away by Sean Dalton. Dalton still fighting for it, along with Dan Bartow for the Western All-Stars. It's cleared by Long Beach. It was, by Oyster Bay. It was Mishko Vajchak from Locust Valley with the clear. Some physical play. And the Western All-Stars could have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Here we go. Oh! As the period expires, the Western All-Stars had a chance to make it a 2-0 game. They couldn't convert, and after one, it's the Western All-Stars, the Western Nassau All-Stars 1, the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars 0, and that was a very competitive 15 minutes. Casey, give me your analysis.
Well, only 1-0 on the score. Obviously, you mentioned this before, Charlie. My high-scoring prediction hadn't been so accurate as up to this point, but both teams
still got 30 minutes left.
Exactly. Both teams have been taking a lot of shots. You have to give credit to the Great goaltending for both teams. And the defense, although it hasn't been there necessarily, we've still seen a number of steals, like on that last play where it was Sean Famolaro for the Western All-Stars giving his team possible last-second shot. They didn't get it there, but that kind of effort is what you want to see in an All-Star game, in any game.
Yeah, and this we have a quick break in between periods, and just in general, the league, we know where we're at. This the season is coming into the stretch run, as they say, and just looking at our standings, it's heavy at the top. It's very crowded at the top. Manhasset is up there. Long Beach is up there. Syosset, Belmore Merrick, Bethpage. There are a lot of good teams with a lot of wins.
Yeah, you have to give credit to all those teams been able to battle so far, but the key games are going to come down to when, like last night, we saw Long Beach, Belmore Merrick playing each other. Long Beach, I'm pretty sure, still has to play Manhasset and Great Neck. That's going to be a great game. And then there's other teams trying to fight their way into the playoffs.
Just because you're in the middle now doesn't mean you can't be a champion.
Exactly. There's teams trying to fight into the playoffs that are going to have to play these higher caliber teams. They're going to be trying to look for the upset there.
I mean, there are teams that right now could be in a great position and lose a couple of games going into the playoffs and get bounced in the first round. Same way, there are teams that could have started the season off on a bad note, and all of a sudden it just clicks. They have a good stretch run, and they get it.
Exactly. They say it's never over until it's over. So we still got a few more games left in the season for
Van Sun tried to put it in, and he took a hard one in. He fell hard into the boards, but I think he's all right, thankfully. That was a nice save for the Western All-Stars. So we'll have a quick stoppage, and we will have our first visit to the penalty box. It will be by...
Yo, you didn't get a penalty. You didn't get a penalty. You didn't get a penalty. Just walk through.
I believe there was no penalty. There's going to be some deliberation between the refs. And thanks to our man at the scores table for alerting that there was indeed no penalty. No penalties in the All-Star game. Of course, I'm kidding. There are penalties, but that one was not a penalty.
It seemed a little fishy that he was coming over unattended by a referee to the penalty box. So
people are a little more willing to go to the penalty box when the game doesn't count into the standings.
And to be fair to his credit, he knew that maybe in an All-Star, maybe not in an All-Star game, maybe in a league game.
That was Tommy Sylvia, by the way.
That could have possibly been a call, considering the opposing player went into the boards and hit the ice.
So now we'll have another stoppage, and it looks like we'll have another face-off. And so, Casey, we announced the Belmore Merrick Long Beach game last night. Those are two teams that seem to factor, huh?
Well, are you talking about in the regular season standings or in this game? Because so far, we've seen lots of players from both those teams. I believe it's a total of 6 combined players from Belmore Merrick and Long Beach in this participating game. But also, you got to take into account the standings for the regular season. One team sitting at 2, one team sitting at 4, like I'd mentioned before. Obviously, that was a big game. Obviously, they're both going to be looking to compete going down the stretch.
The shot missed by Kaczynski, and coming the other way is the Western All-Stars. A little collision between Rutherig and Sylvia. Great pass. The headman pass, ending up on the ground, was James Jensen, and we'll go the other way.
Physicality is somewhat starting to ramp up in this one, but still no calls. We haven't seen one penalty up until this point.
Nice, unabated hockey. A nice dump off. Jensen the shot. It pops up. And now it's Rutherig. Rutherig a little bit off with the pass, but he ends up with it again. Rutherig, he lost it. He was trying to find Johnny McMahon unsuccessfully.
And great defense by the defender on that one, just waving his stick around, making sure that there was always going to be something in the path between the puck and the goalie.
McMahon was looking for Daniels. He couldn't find him. And now the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars will have a Really good opportunity. 2-on-2, even strength. So it'll be a pullback by Eric Kaczynski. 13 minutes left in the second period. 1-0. Western All-Stars with the advantage.
Again, not a lot of scoring, but both teams, they've had plenty of opportunities. Just something that maybe the coaches want to get into their players a little bit, even though don't know how much it would take to heart, but just try to get some more passing around. We don't want to see, well, not that we don't want to see, but it's better for the game if it's a lot of lucid passing, a lot of
more fluid.
Exactly, more fluid. You know where I'm going with this, Charlie.
Speaking of fluid, a quick opportunity for the Western All-Stars. In on it.
More passing around. We don't want to see, well, not that we don't want to see, but it's better for the game if it's a lot of lucid passing, a lot of
more fluid. Hetherington trying to chase it. He gets it. Looking for something. He has it taken away instead. They have even strength. Dumped off to Liam Sargent. Sargent trying to do something with it. Instead, he has it taken away. Pass up the boards. Coming the other way, it's Hetherington. Hetherington one-on-one with his defender. He'll pass it back, and we have a stoppage.
And on that last play, Misho Vacek making sure that no one got a clear opportunity to the goal, as it was a possible 2-on-1 opportunity for the Western All-Stars. And the Town of Oyster Bay All-Star, Misho Vacek, made sure this is still a 1-0 game.
And Vacek, he's a freshman. And I mean, this experience, if you're a freshman in this league, getting to be playing against some of the toughest seniors in the county, I mean, in the league, and playing against some just great players in general, that's got to be a great learning experience if you're a young player. 2-on-1 opportunity. The pass is defended well by Town of Oyster Bay. Jacob Byron was in on it. Passed up. Hetherington giving chase. Reloading is the Western All-Stars. Passed up. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Looking for the pass. Almost. It was put in front. It was a decent opportunity for Finn Toddy from Port Washington. The pass was a little bit weak though. If that's a little bit faster, we might have a 2-0 hockey game.
Yeah, you could see the hesitation there. Didn't know if he should shoot it. Didn't know if he should pass it. As soon as the goalie moved over at the last second, he decided to just get the little pass out. Wasn't strong enough though, and then the player who shot it ended up just putting a little tap in and did not go in for him.
Town of Oyster Bay, cross-ice pass. Oh, that was almost such a beautiful move by Dylan Denave. And we'll have another stoppage of play.
So far, and we're just 4 minutes into this second period, but so far a little less, little more conservative, I would say. Charlie, I don't know if you would agree with that, but both these teams trying to maybe go through the process a little bit more, not just going up and down. As here, we're going to get a shot.
That was a nice shot by Brian Hanley, the league's leading scorer. He couldn't get it. No goal called by the ref. Hanley dished it off. And we will have a delay of game as the goal did move.
But before that last opportunity that we just saw there, a little bit more conservative, a little bit more trying to go through the process, going through the checks to make sure that a good offensive possession can come about it. So far, a little less back and forth, a little more thought out.
Hanley gets the face-off win. It ends up with Town of Oyster Bay. Unsuccessfully tried to take away by the Western All-Stars. Going into the teeth of the defense was Hanley. He dished it off to Nicholas Mangone. Both benches showing a lot of energy today, something I've noticed. I think these guys, I mean, at the end of the day, obviously they're rivals and they want beat each other when they're playing in the regular season, but this is a nice opportunity for everybody to know their opponent and do a little bonding. We see it in the professional level, and it's very much the same in this arena.
Of course, you always want to build chemistry around some of the top talent in your league, and on that last play as well, it was actually the first penalty of this one. That was just Western All-Stars John King getting in the box for a high stick.
Face-off, won by Town of Oyster Bay, but the Western All-Stars will take it away quite quickly. On the takeaway, it was Johnny McMahon. McMahon down, Rutherig giving chase, but not all that much, knowing the opportunity isn't on his side. Nice dump off. Trying to get to it was... That one was almost in.
That one right off the crossbar. It was Brennan Dixon, one of the leading scorers on the Bethpage hockey team. And you saw he wanted it there. He thought he got it. Got it past the goalie, but not into the net.
He was close to getting the equalizer. Instead, him and his team will continue to be down. The pass taken away. Rutherig almost took it away, but staying with it with some fortitude was Misko Vazchek, the freshman. Vazchek, shot on net. Nice save. Comes back out to Salone Mijas. Looking to pass to the point. Instead, it's taken away. Rutherig. He has an opportunity for hers. Instead, he passes it away to Brendan Dixon. Dixon to Vazchek. Vazchek giving chase. He makes a nice move. Shot. Nice save.
In the last minute of play, Dixon's just been in the right spots for Town of Oyster Bay. Got the shot, got the pass, and got the steal, all in the last minute.
And that was about a 3-on-none for the Western Nassau All-Stars, and they just couldn't convert. It'll be a face-off in the Oyster Bay zone, as we're in the middle of our power play for the Western All-Stars. In the box, it is number 13, Finn Toddy. Looking for his options. Passed up top. Nice passing by the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars. And we'll have the puck covered.
Yeah, that puck at the end just trickled through the defense, ended up having to be covered by the goalie. And it just shows that these defenders, they've got to be able to extend out to the shooters on the outside. They've got to be able to make sure that there isn't a clear lane to the goalie.
And if you're the Town of Oyster Bay, you're going to regret not taking advantage of this. 20 seconds left on the power play, and it hasn't even seemed like a power play. Played along the boards by the Western All-Stars. They're still shorthanded, but they are having some nice pressure. Coming down the other way, it's Riley Van Son.
That one was snagged right away by the goalie. It looked like he was nothing.
The goaltending has been really solid right now, and it's a big part of why it's 1-0 only.
Going back to that last push by the Western All-Stars, it was actually number 16, Liam Sargent, who was trying to just make a move. Ended up just spinning around. That's when you know we're in an all-star game, and the level of talent out there to be able to do that on the ice in the middle of a game, spectacular.
Shot on net, nice save. Looking for options. Back on the ice is Finn Toddy. Behind the net, it's Liam Sargent. Sargent has it taken away by Jacob Byron, but it's recovered by the Western All-Stars. Dom DeSena playing with it behind the net along the boards. Has it taken away. They could have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Poking away and pulling it back was Eric Kaczynski.
Great poke away by Quinn Daniels on that last push on the 3-on-2, like you had mentioned, Charlie. He was just there, able to just get a simple stick out. And that ended up causing the end to that opportunity.
Here we go down the other way. for the Western All-Stars. It's taken away. Here we go. There's a big one-on-one opportunity. The shot. Oh, no good. I believe it was Kaczynski who tried to finish it, and he just couldn't.
Yeah, Kaczynski had the one-on-one, tried to pull left, ended up pulling so far left that ended up going, not being on goal necessarily. But hey, that's an opportunity that you have to take in a game like this.
The shot, no good by Nicholas Mangone. Showing some effort to get it out of the corner was Finn Toddy. By the way, on that last penalty was John King, not Toddy, who was in the box. My mistake. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Shot on goal, and that is a score. It is number 12, Dan Bardo, with the goal. He's a great Toddy, who was in the box. My mistake. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Shot on goal, and that is a score. It is number 12, Dan Bardo. So take the face off at mid-ice. And the town of Oyster Bay now in a 2-goal hole. That was a really nice pass, but Hetherington wasn't able to get it. He'll give it chase. And he ends up back with it off the turnover by Sean Famolaro. Going the other way for the Western All-Stars, it's Sean Dalton. Dalton, nice defense by Salone Mijas. A little bit of a tumble on the ice there. And controlling it just for a second was Matthew Zanlodi.
Yeah, the stoppage in play there for the hand pass. But it's a good thing that happened for the Western All-Stars, even though they had possession. Didn't look like they were going to be able to do much with theirs. Their offense, their defense, they just weren't in sync right there.
It'll be a face-off for Town of Oyster Bay. It'll be Brian Hanley. For the Western All-Stars, it was Connor Holfester. Back in the zone. And corralling it for the Town of Oyster Bay was Salone Mijas. Mijas looking to do something with it. He dumps it off. And it'll end up with Dylan Denave. Denave has it taken away from him. Cross-ice pass and a nice one. Oh, that was a beautiful move. But they can't finish. Trying to corral it is Dylan Denave. Denave loses control. He gets it back, though. Denave, a little pass. And now it'll be a shot by Brian Hanley. He can't convert. Denave back with it. He tried to put it right in front of the net. Nobody was home. Coming the other way, it is Ryan Michelle. Michelle dumps it off. He finds a blue jersey, but not without 3 white jerseys on his back.
Right now for the Western All-Stars, Michelle, Sylvia, they're out there trying to make all of these plays. Before we saw Sylvia with the shots on goal. And they just need to get their other teammates.
And that is a goal for the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars. They cut the lead in half. No goal. Hold on a second.
They're out there trying to make all of these plays. Before we saw Sylvia with the shots on goal. And they just need to get their other teammates.
And that is a goal for the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars. Bay will trudge on, still in the 2-goal hole. It ends up with John King. And dumping, now a dump off. Opportunity in front of the net, taken away by the town of Oyster Bay. They could have numbers if they hurry.
On that last possession for the Western All-Stars, it was King just dropping it off for DeSena after bringing it all the way back up. DeSena tried to get the quick shot off and was unable to.
Moving quite swiftly is Jacob Byron. Byron up to the point.
You aren't even out here. What are you talking about? You aren't even out here. What are you talking about?
A little scrum along the boards. Byron loses it for the town of Oyster Bay. The Western All-Stars will look to clear. We have a little bit less than 3.5 left in the period. 2-0 Western All-Stars. They could have had one on none if they got the headman pass, but nothing was there. Trying to get it back for the town of Oyster Bay was Liam McDonald.
I know the town of Oyster Bay. They were currently, at least when I started that sentence, in their offensive zone, but they just haven't been able to put on a lot of shots on goal recently.
They might have an opportunity to get a shot on goal here. Here comes the shot. Oh, and it was it was just off. Trying to find a body was Riley Van Soen. D. Bisiglia passes it up, and crowding it is James Jensen. Jensen looking for his options, can't find any, and it's taken away by Tommy Sylvia. By Sean Familaro. Nice cross-ice pass, and coming the other way, it is Familaro. Familaro looking for Dylan Ruthery. He couldn't hit him.
Right now, the defense for Western All-Stars, led by guys like Quinn Daniels, like Johnny McMahon. What's keeping the Western All-Stars currently in the offensive zone?
Yeah, it's really been Oyster Bay's had some pushes, but overall, the overarching amount of time has been spent in the Western All-Star zone, and that explains why it's 2-0.
Exactly. Their great defense is just generating the firepower for their offense.
Trying to keep it for the town of Oyster Bay All-Stars is was Kaczynski. Opportunity in front of the net, and nothing there. Almost, though.
Yeah,
there's been some close opportunities.
The diving save there, great opportunity, was not gotten there.
You got to convert on those if you want to put this game away.
That instant offense, though, was generated by the steal by Matthew Zenlati back in the neutral zone. And that's what's put the Western All-Stars currently in the offensive zone.
That was a nice backhand for the Western All-Stars. Can't convert. Trying to make a move is Connor Holfester. Instead, it'll be taken away. The pass, looking for Henry Stetfeld. Stetfeld from Friends Academy. The shot, and a nice save for the Western All-Stars.
These goalies have been playing great so far. You don't want to look up and see that you're losing, but to only be down by 2 to a team of great shooters out there, great players, it's pretty uplifting.
Very much so. Up to the point, and nothing there for the town of Oyster Bay. Circling behind the net was the Western All-Stars as they go up ahead. The pass and a beauty, and that's a slap, and that's a beautiful shot converted. Ryan Michelle is the goal scorer. Circling behind the net was the Western All-Stars as they go up ahead. The pass and a beauty, and that's a slap, and that's a beautiful shot converted. Ryan Michelle. So just a little less than 20 left in the period, our second, and now it's a 3-0 lead for the West. So now we'll have a face-off with 13 seconds. Can Town of Oyster Bay end the period on a good note? Not a good start to that proposition. Less than 10 left. Here comes Tommy. Here comes the opportunity, but with just a second left, we won't get anything. And at the end of 2, it's the Western Nassau All-Stars 3 and the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars 0. And the West continues to set the tone.
Yeah, so far, the Western All-Stars in the first period, you didn't see them come out to much of an advantage. In this period, they had 2 goals, and throughout the period, it was mostly them dominating in the offensive zone.
So
their defense was generating a lot of that offense, though.
With only 15 left, what are you looking for the what do you think the Town of Oyster Bay has to do to get back into this one?
Well, their defense has got to be able to make sure that the pushes by the offense for the Western All-Stars don't successfully score anymore. That's a given. But they've just got to be more concise on offense. They haven't been able to get past the great defense that is currently led by Belmar Merrick Quinn Daniels from the Western All-Stars. He's been playing great so far in this one.
Yep, he's really good. He played great in the game yesterday, the Belmar Merrick game that they ended up losing. We got a chance to talk to him before the game yesterday. He's a very intelligent person. He knows a lot about the sport, and he's a really good player, great defender.
So far, you got 15 minutes left now, 3-0. Charlie, I don't know about you, but do you think this comeback is something that can be done?
I think that it's very conceivably attainable. If they come out quick and get a goal, it's a 2-goal game. And if we know anything about hockey, it is you don't want to have a 2-goal lead.
Exactly. Hockey can be the change in momentum can be great for a team. It can be awful for a team depending on which way it goes. So, which I don't know about you, my guess would be that considering how great last period went, Western All-Stars are going to start with the momentum. That's my prediction. What about you, Charlie?
I feel that the momentum, I don't know if it's predetermined, so I think that it can be picked up early. It could be a hit. It could be a nice move. Really anything can give you the momentum. So whoever does that first, they can carry that momentum. And especially whoever scores the first goal of this period, I think, maintains the momentum the best.
And I'm glad that you mentioned the hit because we haven't been seeing a whole lot of
physicality.
Physicality in this one so far. Obviously, it's hockey. There's going to be some. Only one penalty up until this point. Nothing that's really detrimental to either team.
Nobody trying to get hurt during the All-Star game, which for all measures is a good thing. So we'll have the face-off at center ice to start the period. And we're off. Town of Oyster Bay quick out of the gate and trying to make the move towards the net was Liam McDonald. Western All-Stars, though, continue to be resilient on defense. Johnny McMahon holding it for a while, looking for a good option. Instead, he'll give it away. Down the other way for the Town of Oyster Bay. Looking for the dump off, and that one was lost by Liam McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald, he had the 1-on-3, not great odds for him. And just wasn't able to get anything done there.
And Ruthering the shot, Tyler Spark from Bethpage the save. He's also a very talented goalie. Spark giving up just a little bit less than 4 goals a game, but he's faced a lot of shots this season, and he's done a really good job with it. Looking for a little razzle and dazzle, it was Johnny McMahon. And at this point in the All-Star game, it can either get very serious or it can get very showy. I think we're teetering in the former rather than the latter.
Exactly. It's not too much of a difference in goals that you're going to see complete dominance by a certain team where it's going to end up being show or what you're going to see. I think we'll still have some solid hockey for the rest of the 13.5 minutes on the board.
Johnny McMahon looks like he's very interested on being on some sort of a Sports Center highlight with those moves. He tried to go through the legs. That would have been absolutely absurd if that was converted. McMahon looking for his options, making the move. Instead, he has it stolen away. Shot on goal. Oh, that was a golden opportunity for Brian Hanley, the league's leading scorer. Instead, the score remains 3-0.
We've mentioned Hanley. We've mentioned his status as atop the scoreboard in points.
Ruth with the shot. No good.
Hanley, he hasn't been taking a whole lot of shots in this one, more or less giving it up to his teammates for those opportunities.
Coming down for Oyster Bay was William Cutterback, but he had it taken away. Now trying to do something is Dylan Denave. Denave gets it back. It'll be taken away. Cutterback. He'll lose it. And some nice defense by the town of Oyster Bay. By the Western All-Stars.
Yeah, Cutterback was right in front of the goal. He was surrounded by defenders, though, when he ended up getting that puck. Kind of seemed a little frazzled on what to do, whether to shoot or pass. Ended up just getting past him and into the Western All-Stars' possession.
Cutterback passes it to Dylan Denave. Denave loses it. Oyster Bay retains control, though. Oh, a nice defensive play to keep it away from Brian Hanley. It's always a nice play when you can do that. Nicholas Mangone giving chase. And it'll be secured by the town of Oyster Bay. But quickly back to the Western All-Stars, and that's kind of been the story.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Charlie, their great defense has been, like I've said, been generating their offense. Right now, the defense just trying to keep it away, just trying to burn the next 11 and a half minutes off the clock so that they can make sure that the town of Oyster Bay All-Stars just don't score.
Yeah, that is very true. They've been trying to make those moves, and their defense has been really good in setting the tone for them. Off the skate of the Western All-Stars, and Oyster Bay looking for anything. Shot on net. That's saved off the pad. Another shot. It'll swing around to the point. Shot off the point by Brendan Dixon. And now a transition opportunity for the Western All-Stars.
Yeah,
a little physicality by the Oyster Bay defense as they try and get back into this one. Oh, and that one's a whiff by Ryan Michelle. He had a good opportunity, couldn't finish it.
What got the Western All-Stars the puck here is from the steal by Sean Dalton. Him and the efforts from Connor Helfstetter is what made sure that the Western All-Stars got the possession after that last shot right now for the town of Oyster Bay.
And you saw a great opportunity for the town of Oyster Bay, but another inability to finish by Riley Van Sutton. He was frustrated. Shot from way out there, up at the point. It was a hard shot by Salone Mijas, who's definitely capable. He just couldn't score.
Yeah, we've called Mijas' name a bunch of times so far in this one. He's been taking a bunch of shots, and why wouldn't he? He is one of the top players on his respective team.
He's a really solid player. He's a leader for his team, and they can go far with him. That Syosset team is very talented.
And especially in a Syosset team that's currently third in the standings, they're going to need a lot of help with keeping that status, and Mijas is one of the guys that can do it.
Corralled for a second by town of Oyster Bay. Attempting to corral was Brendan Dixon. Instead, it'll be taken away by the other number 14, Connor Holtfester. The pass is connected. It'll be James Jensen. Jensen trying to dig it out. Instead, he'll lose it. And here comes the Western All-Stars. Trying to get crafty with it was Ryan Michelle. The other way for the town of Oyster Bay. Leading the charge is Riley Van Son. Van Son lost it, though. And that was a really nice move before it was taken away by Van Son. Dumping it into the corner was Salome Mijas. Casey, as you were.
I don't know if the town of Oyster Bay All-Stars have been taking a page out of the Western All-Stars book, but in this period, it seems that as that one almost went in the goal, actually.
That was a really nice pass.
A great save as well. But they're actually now going to say that was a goal.
Would you? That was beautiful.
Has been taking a page out of the Western All-Stars book, but in this period, it seems that as that one almost went in the goal, actually.
That was a really nice pass.
A great save
for the Western All-Stars was Ryan Michelle, his second of the game.
And what I was trying to say before the goal happened, which actually contradicts my statement, is that the defense for the town of Oyster Bay has actually been performing much better in this period. We've been doing sort of what Western All-Stars have been doing, which is just making sure they got the stop and then converting that into the offense.
I mean, that's very fair to say, despite that goal. They've been doing a good job of playing some really solid defense.
Western All-Stars, on the other hand, they've just been performing at all levels.
Yeah, the defense for the Western All-Stars has been superb. If any of these coaches watching this get this defense out of their team, then they'd be very lucky. This has been a defensive masterpiece. Trying to crowd in front of the goal was Connor Hetherington. Hetherington, the slap shot. Nothing there. Behind the net, Town of Oyster Bay tried to corral, but they couldn't. Again, the opportunity. Oh, looking for the facing backward shot was the Town of Oyster Bay's Henry Statfeld from Friends Academy.
Yeah, it's a shot you normally wouldn't see in a regular season game. That was more of just for the style points, as he theoretically didn't need.
He was in an awkward position where he kind of had to shoot, couldn't really. It was one of those, like, he was in the opportunity, kind of made a decision. He started his motion without making a decision, so he kind of just had to throw something out there.
Exactly.
And the shot wasn't bad considering that.
It looked like he could have maybe tried to turn around and make something out of it. Instead, he just went for the behind the back, and I'll give him credit. That was a nice-looking shot, just didn't go into the net.
2-on-1 if Oyster Bay's hurries. Nice dump off, but it's just a little bit off. They were looking for Jacob Wiener, and he could not corral. Wiener sets up his teammate Connor Hetherington for the one-timer. They are just slightly mistimed, and that probably has something to do with this is the first time that many of these guys have played together. Shot is off by Hetherington. And now it could be a 2-on-1 if the Western All-Stars hurry. They lose the advantage, but keeping it for quite a while was Liam Sargent. He's had a very nice game.
Although Dan Van Leer is typically considered a forward for the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars, he's been playing great defense in this series, ended up getting a steal before, and making sure that there wasn't an opportunity for a breakaway as well.
So we've got 6.5 left. The Western All-Stars are up 4-0 on Oyster Bay. And Casey, I know we're looking at this game, but this is really like a point in the season where you think about and you look towards the rest. It's the break. So where do you feel? What do you think is the keys to the rest of the season for the league overall? Who do you like? Who do you think is going to surprise us? What's your analysis?
Well, like in most sports, the All-Star break is typically right around the mid-season mark, probably more towards the later half of the mid-season mark. But right now, obviously, you have to look at teams like Manhasset and Great Neck. They've been playing great, as they haven't even lost yet. They're 12-1, or 12-0-1. Then you have other teams like Long Beach and Syosset.
And as we were discussing, we have another goal for the Western All-Stars, and they're starting to pour it on.
Probably more towards the later half of the mid-season mark. But right now, obviously, you have to look at teams like Manhasset and Great Neck. They've been playing great, as they haven't even lost yet. They're 12-1, or 12-0-1.
Really been impressive. On the goal, it was Finn Toddy. That was his first of the game. He's a really good player for that Port Washington team.
And before, when we were going back to how the rest of the season is going to shape out, you obviously have to look at the top teams. Some surprising teams, maybe a Cold Spring Harbor, defending champs, haven't been playing up to what they had last year, but they still have great coaching, great teams, a great team, and they could possibly be trying to make a sneak into one of the top spots.
So the Western All-Stars now firmly in the box. Rutherig the shot, and it's covered up for the Town of Oyster Bay. That was very nice. And like we were talking about earlier, just because you're not at the top of the standings right now, doesn't mean you can't make a push. Like you were saying about Cold Spring Harbor, obviously it hasn't been as great of a season as they've expected, but they're still such a talented team. We saw them, we called the game with them, and we know they have talent.
Of course, when we called the game, they had a big win against Locust Valley squad, who was trying to come off a previous loss, into putting 12-3 in that one. We know they have the talent, the goal scorers they have. a lot of good players on that squad. Should be interesting to see how they will be able to fare out.
So just under 5 left. 5-0. West has the advantage. The town of Oyster Bay could have numbers if they hurry. They lost the advantage, so it'll be pulled back by the forwards. Having it behind the net is Liam McDonald. McDonald loses it. And it's passed up the boards for the town of the Western All-Stars. One-on-one opportunity with the goalie. Trying to make a beautiful move. Rutherick the rebound. And that's some beautiful goaltending for the town of Oyster Bay. And once again, we're seeing the escapades of Johnny McMahon.
Yeah, me and you both looked over to see who it was to get that quick skating down the ice and then a quick shot, and we knew who was right away when we saw those numbers. Johnny McMahon, he's been electric for this team so far. Big reason why they're up 5-0, even though he himself is not on the board.
Having at it was Sean Falamaro, as Town of Oyster Bay with the counterattack trying to get that first goal. 4 minutes left. The Western All-Stars with a 5-goal advantage.
Yeah, you can see the little frustration that they haven't been able to score in this All-Star game. Obviously, everyone wants to make sure their talents are noticed in a game like this. But they got 4 minutes left. They've still been trying to be very aggressive on offense, and it's good to see they haven't given up, even though they are down 5.
That shot was off by Dylan Denave behind the net. Looking for Denave, but it'll instead be covered.
We'll take a picture. Yeah, you go.
All right.
Get what I'm moving.
Face off. Good opportunity, but again covered.
Right off the face-off, it was Brian Hanley, who one of the top scorers in the league, currently leading the league in points. He was just looking, not necessarily to score, looking to pass, something I said earlier in the game that he should probably be more potent in this offense.
Yeah, he's had a quiet day, but he's still such a talented goal scorer. And the rest of the season, you'll hear his name a lot.
Yeah, he's been making sure to get his teammates involved, knowing how important that this game is for everyone.
Coming the other way, they've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Nice move down the ice. Oh, that was a beautiful move. And it's a goal. That was beautiful. James Jensen got the nice pass from Brian Hanley, and that was a hookup of two really coming the other way. They've got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Nice move down the ice. Oh, that was a beautiful move. And it's a goal. That was beautiful.
Town of Oyster Bay.
And it looks like, despite a little time left on the clock, we are going to continue despite what looked like a mid-game, end of game handshake.
No, that was just the team being so excited to see.
First goal of the game,
Exactly.
Very exciting. Stayed in the neutral zone for a while, still there, but it'll be pulled back by Salone Mijas. Mijas cross ice. Another nice pass. It finds a stick for the Town of Oyster Bay. Shot on goal, no good.
Did you give it to him or Michelle?
That's a nice move by Liam Sargent. Leading the counterattack. That was a bit of a great opportunity and a great finish by Eric Kaczynski and the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars. Liam Sargent. Leading the counterattack. That was a bit of a great opportunity and a great finish by Eric Kaczynski.
Is necessarily going to be fully happening, but you gotta love the effort here from Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars.
Staying in it and getting some goals, making this game stay competitive throughout. Very, very good job by both teams on that end.
Exactly. It's all you want to see in an All-Star game. Full effort, 100%, 110%, and
so back to what we were talking about with sneaky teams that can sneak up on you. Who else do you have anybody else in mind? As that's a wraparound goal. Sorry to cut you off, Casey, but it's 3-5 all of a sudden. What a play by Salone. So back to what we were talking about with sneaky teams that can sneak up on you. Who else do you have anybody else in mind? As that's a wraparound goal. Sorry to cut you off, Casey, but it's 3
into this one, and that was Salome Mijas. We've called his name a bunch of times. We know that he's taken a lot of shots in this one. Has been one of the top players so far for the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars, and he delivers there with a huge goal.
So that was a beautiful goal, and if Western All-Stars aren't careful, they might lose this lead. Shot on goal, or shot near the goal, just a bit off. And
yeah, that last shot by Johnny McMahon, he was just trying to possibly generate something out there, going right off the face-off.
And we have another stoppage.
Just 2 minutes left in this one. Obviously, such an exciting game. 5-3 is our current score with the Western All-Stars leading the Town of Oyster Bay All-Stars.
So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. And the pass, oh, it almost reached the shot. Oh, another goal! You have got to be kidding me. It is number 13, Riley Van Son. He had been looking for one for a while, and it is 5-4. Are we going to have another improbable comeback?
I don't know, just a few seconds off the clock there. It's been not even a full minute. We've
pass, oh, it almost reached the shot. Oh, another goal! You have got to be kidding me. It is number 13.
It's just going to be a one-score game. We might even see 6 skaters out there for the Town of Oyster Bay. So, you know, Charlie, I don't know if they do it in the All-Star game, but we could see them pull the goalie for that extra skater.
Could we see an overtime in an All-Star game? Is that against the rules?
Me and you would both be up for it, I know that.
It's been a very competitive, good third period, so I think everybody would. Coming down the ice is Johnny McMahon.
Great pass there. Try to get it past the defender and get it over to his teammate, Don DeSena.
Riley Van Son passes it back out to the point. Near the boards. It'll be taken away. But Oyster Bay retains possession.
Here comes the goalie.
Goalie coming off. Or they tried to get him off. They did. They did, in fact, get him off. And now in front of the goal. So close. And the net moved. We will have a stoppage of play. And it's a delay of game. So 1:02 left. The puck will stay in the Western All-Star zone. And this is leading to a fascinating finish.
Exactly. A lot of instant offense there coming from the Town of Oyster Bay. It's going to be interesting to see if they come out with 6 skaters or 5 after this stoppage of play, as the refs are still trying to figure out how to put that goal back into its spot. But obviously we just saw a ton of offense there. Luckily for the Town of Oyster Bay, they didn't end up giving up a goal there. That's huge.
Yeah. Facebook Live. So we have a quick timeout here, Casey. So what's the plan right now for Oyster Bay? Who do you think they want taking a shot? I mean, obviously anybody can take a shot, but do you think they're going to try and get it to anyone in particular?
Well, they are in fact going out with those 6 skaters. Obviously, you can see a guy like James Jensen or Eric Kuzninski, both guys who have been very active in this one so far and very active in the comeback. Both of them making their way on the scoreboard.
Van Son passed in front. Oh, that was close. Van Son again on it, and that's a goal! It's all knotted up at 5, and the improbable comeback, 5 in a row.
Eric Kuzninski, both guys who have been very active in this one so far and very active in the comeback. Both of them making their way on the scoreboard.
Van Son passed in front. Oh, that was close. Van Son again on it, and that's a goal! It's all knotted up at 5, and the improbable comeback.
5 points. Both of those stats lead the league. We knew something was going to happen, and it happened right there. Perfect timing with 55 seconds left.
And I wish I had this knowledge, but I don't. Do we go to overtime? I guess we will find out if this stays knotted.
I don't know. At this rate, we might see some even more goal scoring.
Van Son almost got on it. Great opportunity. Stop. Just under 40 seconds left. Oyster Bay. The All-Stars whip it around. Nobody home. Van Son pressuring. It'll be whipped up the boards. And trying to get control and nearly successfully doing so is Ruthrig. Giving chase is Connor Holfester. Covered with 6.3 left.
Obviously not a lot of time left on the board, Charlie, but 6 seconds, that could possibly happen. Something could possibly happen as...
Whatever happens in this 6 seconds will be final. We have been told that there will not be an overtime today.
And the town of Oyster Bay, they're going to send 6 skaters out there as they're currently in their offensive zone. Figure no way it's going to come quickly that out.
The shot, no good. Oh, they had the opportunity to win it, and the game will end. The one-timer was there. It wasn't had by any. And after, as we can as the end comes, a 5-5 tie in a very exciting All-Star game.
Yeah, great comeback by the town of Oyster Bay All-Stars, being down 5-0 at one point, then coming back by the Western All-Stars, giving up 5 goals in a row. This game will end 5-5 as our score. And it is confirmed that will be the end of the game after some of the players and coaches obviously wanting to go back out there for some overtime. It won't be happening as they will exchange their high fives with the league's best out on the ice. Player of the game will be James Jensen from Bethpage. He himself had 2 goals to help the town of Oyster Bay All-Stars come back from that 5-point deficit. And Charlie Benami will be interviewing him shortly.
Player of the game. James, look here.
I'm the player of the game, James Jensen. James, what did you guys do to get back into that time?
We worked hard. They think the game was over. We came back, put 5 in the net, tie game. What a comeback.
Take me through that goal. That was a beautiful wrap up. What was your thought process there?
I don't know. We needed a goal quick, and goalie was going slow, post to post. So yeah.
We're going over here for a picture. Let's go. Guys, all together, let's go.
I expect us to pull through. We need a couple more wins for playoffs, and we need a win for state. So we're going to push through hard.
Let's go.
Once again, 5-5 was our final score. That was the player of the game, James Jensen from Bethpage. I'm Casey Farr, Charlie Benami with me as well. Thank you, and this has been the 2019-2020 New York Islanders High School Hockey Varsity All-Star Game.